Hello, beautiful beings. It has been a while since I have reached out or posted a video. It has been full on for the last couple of months, and in a really beautiful way. I've had so many extreme, wonderful downloads and visions and understanding of not only my own path, but what we're moving towards as a collective, and especially those who feel that they embody or anchoring in union codes, whether that's within yourself or within a divine, with a dance with a divine counterpart. What I'm seeing is all the world can be a divine counterpart if you're looking through with your true eyes. So what a beautiful time. I will ring it in a little bit and try to focus it on the aspects of union. I know for myself, a lot of a quick little download of the different insight that I've been receiving has a lot to do with presence and the presence of embodiment. So I feel that in the past, I used to receive very specific visions as to what things would look like, what timelines they should unfold, when they should unfold, where, with who, blah, 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 specific. And then I get really locked into trying to control the process to get to that point instead of just being able to flow. Well, for me, my personal journey, Spirit has shifted that in a way that now I'm able to receive the embodiment of the vision I'm moving into without necessarily what the manifestation of it will look like. And this is really powerful because it gives us a taste of the power that we already have. So an example of this might be of feeling like you're like the Cowardly Lion or any of the characters from The Wizard of Oz, right as they're stepping forward to ask the wizard to grant them their wishes so that they can have the thing that they've missed the most. And with the Cowardly Lion, he gets up there and I want, and then finally spits out he wants courage. Well, to be able to ask that in itself and to identify that that's a piece of you that is missing or is a growth edge is a part of embodying courage in itself. Now, of course, we know in The Wizard of Oz, soon after, he's whisked into a thing where he has to demonstrate the courage, and he goes through a rite of initiation of having to step up and be bold. So I think that's a lot of the work. The courage already lives inside of us, and now we're coming into this opportunity and this realm of being where we're able to really show up as the essence in which we have been longing for. All right. We're going through the paths of initiation through the practice of being the very thing that we've been wanting to become. So that is so incredibly beautiful. The other big message that I've been getting around a co-creative component of life, and especially as it relates into the dance of union, is at if any point you're fantasizing about your partner. And I think there's a difference between daydreaming and like working towards like, oh, with this and doing like a creative process around visualizing your life with somebody versus projecting yourself into the future and then like pulling them along for the ride. True union is co-creative. It happens in the moment. So in the essence of being in total lucid presence with another, you are co-creating a moment. And from there, you start co-creating a journey together. Now, of course, it's still important to have the conversations around, you know, where is it that we both want to go? And it's our internal compass navigating us in a similar direction on a similar timeline. And creating a lot of space for everybody to have their pace within that process. Because ultimately, you are moving together and you are co-creating a journey. And I think if anyone's pushing or dragging too much, that's when you start to have the lag. And there's no need to have that because it really is about blooming forward. So those are two major downloads that I have had in the last couple months. That is the extremely truncated version of it. But I'm getting better about being direct in my share and not like, you know, getting whimsical in the realm of storytelling, which, as many of you know, is part of my work as well. So I did do a quick card spread. It is the new moon. It is the lunar new year. We have moved from the year of the wood snake into the year of the fire horse. We are here. There was also a solar eclipse, the ring of fire. We are in it, all right? This is the time that we have been waiting for. And I know for myself, I finally feel like all of the things that I knew about myself and the gifts that I've wanted to offer in the world, finally in a place where not only I feel ready to give them without shame or blame or any, like I feel very clean, but I also feel that the world is more ready to receive them. So I hope that that's something that maybe you all are experiencing with your own journeys, like long-awaited wishes and prayers are starting to come into being. So what's really beautiful is I did a quick spread as to the one who's watching this video and the beloved other, or the more external part, the internal, the external, the masculine, the feminine. You can label this however it resonates for you, but it is the two pieces that are maybe moving together and finding this co-creative process. So for those watching the video, the card drawn for your internal world is sunlight. Now, this is such an incredible beam of light. This is a really one of the most positive cards in the deck. It's just pure light is coming through. It can be a card of remembering to check your ego. We always have to remember that there's shadow components to the tarot. But what I really get here, and it's funny, this is a little centaur. And for myself, I've been learning a lot more about astrology, and I keep coming back to the symbol of Sagittarius and living my best centaur life, which means being bohemian, being free, living like as a hybrid where I'm half human, half animal, and I'm living in kind of a wild way. And this feels really good. It feels very clear, very strong stuff. Okay. So the external bridge is the Seven of Wands. So look at just the mirror of these two cards. So what we really see here is somebody who is seeing their inner light, is seeing the outer light, is like embracing life. And here's someone who's embodying the prayer so that they can move into it in the real world. Now, the card that comes through is the Harvest Lodge of Stones, which is either the Queen, sorry, my alarm is going off, which is either the Queen of Pentacles or the King of Pentacles. I can't remember quite in this deck. But the beautiful thing about the Lodge is really that, and what this represents to me is this is the embodiment of it. It's the embodiment of light in a grounded way. So again, this comes to the message that we're really working with right now is instead of projecting forward into the vision, and it's almost like we can't see the vision. There's too much light. There's too much joy. There's too much delight that's moving through. Like we couldn't possibly create the vision anymore by ourselves. So now it's about like living in the shared dream, embodying the shared reality in a way that serves us all for the greater good. So there's just such a beautiful lineage in these cards as to how that's growing and evolving. And, you know, as the external bridge, it's like you can't be blinded by the light. You can still work to embody and really find that peace within so that that manifestation can come into being. Now, regardless of if this is the Queen or King of Pentacles, it shows that things are coming into full manifestation. And I keep hearing of just like, let yourself have it. If you've been wishing and praying for certain things for a long time, they're going to be starting to arrive. They are starting to arrive. You can believe that this is as good as it's not as good as it gets, because it's going to get better. But you can believe that you are on a trajectory of positive, powerful awareness. Now, I know I'm feeling a lot of that for myself, so it feels good to see that this is coming up in a collective reading for those who are connecting with me. Now, for the other side of the energy, yes, okay, I'll come back to that. So the other side of the energy, we've got the Child of Visions, so the Page of Cups. And what I love about this is this shows to me that's like it's really coming out of the rain. It's coming out of like a place of density and really wanting to play, to run free. Now, I feel like this is, there's a grounded component to this card, but these two like exist in the same realm. It almost reminds me of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, of like this freedom of just like coming into a new world of exploration and play. Now, the external bridge here is the Ace of Wands. So this shows me it's almost like a purifying of consciousness. I had a very vivid dream the other night that involved like witnessing someone be swallowed by a whale. And I knew that, and I got very clear, just witness them through this process. Just witness them through this ego death, this ego purification. This feels like the coming out on the other side of this. I almost feel like this little girl, she wasn't that she was trapped inside something, or like, you know, maybe she was like a witch under a spell, like, you know, enchantress kind of thing, but like this is her true thing. Like she got caught in a time warp. That's wild. But how this relates to a counterpart energy, though, is if whatever other side has been going on has been moving through a density, moving through a purification, like they're just coming out of the rain is just starting to settle or to drop down in a way that is cleansing, it's purifying, it's joyful. It's the rain you want to splash puddles in and dance in. And what a wonderful way to connect with the sun. And it's almost like she's running to the sun in this, of just like, oh, here you are, and I'm running towards you. And it feels like a really clear rebirth kind of going on here. Now this takes us to the 10 of Arrows, which again is another manifestational card. The 10, this would be, I guess, the 10 of Swords, but the image I'm really getting on this is like a communing with community, is coming together, is like embodying or connecting deeper with the ancestors. So again, you know, this is what's happening inside of the lodge, it almost feels like. So it feels like a time of coming together, of communing, of really doing some like vision shares, or the image I'm getting is, if you ever watched the Dark Crystal series on Netflix, it's like where they all would dreamscape, I think they called it, together, and they put their hands up and they would all share a dream and see different parts of a vision that they all brought through. So that feels like a potent part of what's coming in. Like these worlds are starting to come together, and they're coming together in a physical way. Now I know this card is Arrows, which would be Swords, so it seems on a mental level, but I get such an embodiment of this card of really, it's like it's time to come together. It's time to share these things. So what's beautiful is I also drew some plant medicine for these. And so for our side with the sun, you know, we got this purity, this purification, which this is also the sun card. It's Calendula, purity. It's the first one in the deck. It's very positive. It's very radiant. And anytime this card comes up, it's double the power of the reading, because this Calendula amplifies power. I don't even know if I'm saying that flower right, but that's how I always say it. I could look it up. I could pronounce things correctly, or I could just be whatever it is. So that feels really positive. Now this one got nettle, action, okay? And I love this because it is just like the purity of the vision comes through, and it brings the action forward of like, okay, now I'm going to come serve this vision, okay? That feels really good. Again, it feels like the counterparts are working together in a really big way. So now we're going to tune in with the third energy, and the third energy I got is the Lovers. I do feel like there's a lot of union energies coming together. I think there's a lot of people who are really starting to see each other and recognizing their counterpart, enjoying this closeness, enjoying being together and like building these little moments. And every moment is so sacred and beautiful, is it not? Regardless of who you're with, or even if you're just spending time with yourself, like even in this, like if it wasn't a pair, like can you find that sense of union as you lean up against a tree, or go to the beach, or sit in a place in nature, go into a cave, any of these places that you can have a sacred experience with nature where you're communing with love. And again, you're coming into this radiant sunshine, you're allowing yourself to have the vision, you're allowing yourself to be in this sense of play. All right. Now the external bridge cards, we got the 9 of Swords, which felt a little alarming to me at first. I'm like, oh no, crying and despair. But what actually feels very present is this sweeping energy that's coming through, like fading away the darkness. It's like we've completed a cycle. We are at the end. We have done the purification. We have done the processing. And I asked for more on what this is. And on the one side, it was the Hanged Man, and the other side, it was the world. Okay, so it's like we're coming from this time of suspension that has reversed our perspective. And again, we've got this like radiant sun. So it's like through the inner work and the world that you've been doing, from being yourself, finding your own expression, we've been able to really drop into this deeper, clearer place. All right. And like, this feels like the adult version of this card. You know, this is this third energy of like really embracing the world. I'm going to take everything that we learned from this experience. We're going to alchemize it. We're going to flip it on its head, turn it upside down, and then dance and embody it as we move into the world, that we embrace our inner sunlight. We embrace our inner moonlight. We embrace the density that we have cracked through and alchemized into a full spectrum wholeness of being. Now, this is really beautiful too because the manifestational cards of this are the Seven of Pipes, which again, this is the same on this side too. So it's like we're double in this energy of really holding down the vision, holding down the vibration. And this Five of Stones to me really represents, it's almost like bringing an offering to the one who's done this presence. It's like, this is her after the ceremony. And it's like, thank you for the work that you've done. I am here from you. I see you. So that is really beautiful. All right, I'm going to draw one more card to see where this is all taking us. And the intention here was of the new world. And we get the Hierophant, okay? What I hear is we're coming back to the traditional sacred structures from which we came. That is the energy that comes. I didn't even expect that to come out so clearly from my mouth. How beautiful, how freaking awesome. I do feel that it's tied to union. It's time to marriage. It's tied to doing sacred rites. It's time to do ceremony. It feels like bringing sacred back into it, not with the dogma, not with the religion, not on any capacity like that. What we're coming into is this beautiful place of presence, of being, and this card is called the Peacemaker too. So it's just like, I feel like it is that full embodiment of understanding how the duality, how the polarities have worked within us so that we have arrived at this point in journey. So this is really beautiful. I am feeling so stoked for this new year. I hope that you all are feeling the transmission I'm bringing through. I've spoken so fast here, but I feel so excited. It's so nice to be back with you. I feel like a lot of the work is for me right now, really diving deep within and like coming through my own experience, but I will pop through and share as I feel called. You can also reach out to me and we can do a one-on-one. I don't have anything fancy set up, so you just have to send me an email, and from there we will discuss what that can look like. But I would love to do an alchemical prayer session with you and reading. That would be such a treat, and even more of a treat just to be able to share. And I thank you for listening, and I hope you've all been well. Feel free to share your journey in the comments, or if that's too vulnerable, send me a message. Love to hear about it. So many blessings to you all. Aho.